Welcome to this overview of Jack Canfield's and Mark Victor Hansen's book, The Aladdin Factor, two authors you are probably familiar with via their Chicken Soup for the Soul series. In the introduction, Jack Canfield shares that before he learned to ask for what he wanted, he made less money than he was worth, he laughed at jokes he didn't understand, he never raised his hand in class, he accepted too many things without questioning authority, and he bit his tongue when he wanted to ask someone out on a date, all while staring longingly at all the things he wanted, which meant he was getting less than he deserved, less than the best, and less than what was possible. Later in the book, Mark Victor Hansen shares that allowing pride to get in the way of asking meant he was ruining what should have been good times. Jack and Victor cover there are 5 main barriers to why we don't ask for what we want. The first barrier is ignorance. We don't know what to ask for, either because we don't know what is available to us as we have never been exposed to it, or because we are so out of touch with our real needs and wants. The second barrier is the limiting and inaccurate beliefs that have been programmed into our subconscious and are now silently controlling all of our actions. The third barrier is fear. Fear of participating, fear of going after what we truly want and desire, fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, fear of losing face, fear of being vulnerable, fear of being hurt. And the myriad of disguises these fears can hide behind, such as the fear of not being good enough, the fear of not doing it right, the fear of being laughed at, etc. The fourth barrier is low self-esteem, with research showing 1 out of 3 people don't believe their needs, let alone their wants, are worthy of pursuing, leading to them putting the needs and wants of others before their own. The fifth barrier is pride, either because we have become too arrogant to admit we need anyone or anything, or because we fear losing another person's respect or friendship through revealing what we see as our inadequacies. So what are the benefits of asking? When you understand how, when, and who to ask, all of your desires will be clearly known and understood, all of your requests will eventually be granted, and all of your dreams will come true. Because asking improves your chances of receiving by 200%. Because ask means you have clarity of purpose, the what you want, and focus, you know why you want it. Because those things create a passion for life that magnetizes others to you, while you maximize your talents and your skills. So how to ask? First, keep in mind, if someone else can do it, so can you, and then firmly keep these 7 characteristics in mind. Know what you want. Believe you are worthy of receiving what you want, then you will ask with certainty. Believe you can get it. Connect with your passion for what you want. Accept you are fearful and then take action. Learn from your experiences and be persistent. You can make anything happen if you commit to it and take persistent action. This starts with clarifying what you wish for, not only for what you can list off the top of your head, but 101 to convince your mind to expand and give you permission to explore what you really want. Then clarify your vision by visualizing it, not to create it, but to check out whether you really want it, because the paradox of life is that we are often not shown how we can get something until we first commit to having it. The most powerful way to deepen your belief in your ability to have the life you want is to consistently see yourself as having already accomplished the goal. This claiming of what you want builds up a mental force in your mind that eventually turns into motivation, which propels you into the necessary actions to achieve your dreams. Conquering the labyrinth of fear is the step between believing and receiving. This involves following your heart and thinking with your head, because only you can overcome your fears, because most fears are self-created. And that involves understanding how you are scaring yourself and whether you believe you can survive the worst outcome you can imagine. Our fears fall into 7 categories: the fear of physical harm, the fear of abandonment, the fear of humiliation, the fear of feeling foolish, the fear of change, the fear of feeling powerless, and the fear of rejection. When considering your survivability, remember any form of rejection is just an illusion, because if you didn't have it before you asked, there is no real loss. Things are the same. But if you do ask, what is the best that could happen? And then, what do you think is most likely to happen? In truth, the likely outcome is probably somewhere in between your 2 extremes. The most important thing then is how we talk to ourselves, with the key being replacing a negative with a positive, which can be achieved through affirmation cards, which are 3x5 cards which start with statements like, I am joyfully asking for and receiving, I am enjoying, I am comfortably asking for and happily receiving, followed by what you want. The trick to building up your asking muscle is to start slowly with small steps with people you feel safe around, and to celebrate your small victories because they are your stepping stones to your bigger conquests, and they represent you are becoming comfortable with change, which in turn means you are accepting facts are just facts and all events only have the meaning you give them. And each day do a little more asking, keeping in mind why you are asking, as well as how will getting this benefit me and how will getting this benefit those I care about. And ask as if you expect to get it. This will flow through to your posture, eye contact, tone of voice, and choice of words. And assume you can, rather than the normal I can't. And next, ask someone who can give it to you and who is motivated to help, because some people are incapable of delivering. And be sure you are clear and specific in your request. Set out exactly what you want looks like, so both of you are on the same page. For example, we're looking to buy a dishwasher for under $600 today, and we need to have it installed on Monday. Is that something you can do? And if feelings are involved, use the format when you, I feel, and what I want is. Ensuring you are specific and descriptive, neutral rather than judgmental. And ask from your heart. Ask politely, but also with urgency and passion while making eye contact. And if the answer is no, moving on to the next person. It is a numbers game. But never be afraid to circle back and ask someone again and again. And remember, the only people who fail are those who do not try. The key to dealing with resistance is don't lose your cool. Identify what needs to happen to get what you want. And don't create resistance. Ask with authority and be prepared for a no. And if you hear no, accept it graciously. Which reminds me of the example Jamie Kern-Lima gave in her book Worthy, which you will also find overviewed on my channel. Because no matter the way someone said no, Jamie always sent them an email thanking them for their time and looking forward to when they would do business together. This is an easy-to-read book woven around a retelling of the story of Aladdin and his lamp. The book is divided into parts to understand what the Aladdin Factor is, how to unleash your genie, and how, who, and what to ask. This book is filled with lots of real-life examples that bring the text alive and allow the reader to relate what is being said to their own experiences, whether that is asking in general, asking at home, school, or work, or asking the world or yourself or a higher power. It also gives you guidance on how to understand the exercises. Overall, this book is summed up by this W. Clement Stone quote, "If there is something to gain and nothing to lose by asking, by all means ask." And the title of the second to last chapter, what are you waiting for? Go for it. Thank you for viewing this video. Please like and subscribe and click on the notification bell to be advised when further book overviews are uploaded. And to help me grow this channel's reach, please share the link with others.